It's time for my hobby vlog number 126. Hello and welcome to yet another video here on the YouTube channel SCF Wargaming Studio. My name is Andreas, Norwegian Viking, and this is my hobby vlog number 126. So it's been 4 weeks since I last posted a hobby vlog, and it's not for the lack of painting, it's more for the lack of opportunity to edit and get these ready for you in time. I've been painting quite many miniatures in this period, so I will have a lot to show you. But first, a bit of a teaser. We've been working very hard behind the scenes as of late, not with videos, but with something else. So it's going to be a very exciting week as you're watching this, and yeah, I can't wait to tell everything about it in a video very soon. So stay tuned for that, but now I'll show you what I've been painting for the last 4 weeks and what's up in the pipeline as well. So here it is, here's my results for the last 4 weeks. Although being 7 short of a full 28 miniatures, I'm pretty happy with what I've done so far. So we have, of course, the first thing I teased was the ents. Or the tree giants, because there are both ents and tree giants here. Of course, the wonderful Shadow and Flame tree giants, all 5 of them, plus 5 Game Workshop ents, as well as 2 tree beds. So, as I told you, I wanted to have 1 tree bed, which has basically the proper paint job. It's a bit of a, not conversion, but a slight repose, so it's a bit more elegant in flesh. I can see on the camera it is not as flashy as it's in real life, but I think I've done tree bed justice. So obviously there is a second tree bed with Merry and Pippin on top. So we have the hobbits sitting snugly on top, and I'm able to then exchange the model if the hobbits just jump out suddenly, which is pretty cool. Something I've been wanting to do for some time. So that's tree bed out of the way. Then of course I did show you this one, I think, in my last hobby vlog, which was the colour scheme tester for my ents. He's a nice one. And then I did his companion, which is this one as well. The other metal GW ent. I have, bar that the stone isn't painted, because I'm going to paint that in the same time as the base, which is coming up because we actually need ents very, very soon. So I have 3 different poses of ents, of the plastic ones. I think these look fairly good. And then we have the 5 Shadow and Flame tree giants. So one of them has to get a fair bit of flock on them, which is this one, the Willow, I believe, which is a very nice sculpt. And there's going to be strands of like leaves going down from each of the different ends. And then we have the Ash, I think, which is a marvellous model. I really like this one. And he's, I think I've done justice to the eyes. They kind of look like both angry and sad at the same time. I'm very happy with those. We have this one, which I can't remember which one it is, but it's very, very similar to one of the ents in the movie. Beautiful rendition by Mr. Lawrence? No, not Lawrence. I'm sorry. Kev is, of course, the painter. It's Fredericks. Mr. Fredericks. And then we have this one as well, which is very, very nice. And lastly, but very much not least, one miniature I'm very, very proud to have in my collection. The unreleased version in the Tree Giant range. Not many of these roaming about, so I'm very happy to try to have done him justice. Also very sad looking look on his face there. So that's all the giants I've done, all the wonderfully big miniatures, 12 huge bases. So what I then did is I had a fair bit of time at the studio. We were talking, and I just started painting the remaining models that I had of the 4 Hobbits. That was, of course, Merry and Pippin. I did the not mounted, but the models from for Treebed at the same time. So we have the plastic Fellowship Merry and Pippin, which are, so that's this one and this one, yeah. So not too shabby. I'm not actually like huge fond of the sculpts. They are what they are. Got some eyes in there though. And then we have, so it's either Fellowship or Weathertop, because I never can seem to remember which one is which. So I've already painted one of the versions, either the Fellowship or the Weathertop. So we have Merry, and then we have Pippin. Beautiful sculpts, 18 years, 17, 18 years old sculpts, those. Then we have the breaking of the Fellowship poses, which I absolutely loved. These are very, very nice, very, very cool. You can just like hear Merry screaming, Elendil! And then we have Pippin from the same kit. Also very, very cool looking pose. And then we have the 2 models from the Merry, Pippin and Grishnak set. Oh, yeah, there we go. Pippin looking very, very perturbed. And then we have, oh, that was Pippin, sorry. Then we have Merry. Very scared looking look in his eyes. No wonder though, because of course the orc chasing them just survived having throwing spear thrown at him. So that's them. So that's 10 Hobbits, including the ones on top of Treebed right there. And that actually completes my collection of all the Hobbits, bar a few models. So I've not done the remainder of the armoured versions of Merry and Pippin. So that is, of course, the Pippin from Gandalf, the Gandalf kit. And I've not done Merry from the new Dernhelm kit, because of course that isn't available yet. And I've not done, well, I've done it, but that was like, how long ago was this? 2003, so that's 16 years ago. 15 and a half years ago. I painted this for GW Oslo. So I'm repainting this one. That's Frodo in Shelob's lair. So I want to do a quick repaint on this one. But it's also it's basically 2, but I want to do all 4 Hobbits being carried by the Uruks, because in some scenarios it might happen. all 4 hobbits being carried away by the orcs. And then the final model I painted before starting this video is Gandalf from the Wizard's Duel kit. A very, very fine looking sculpt. And this is actually painted for a very particular scenario, the Wizard's Duel, which will be the 3-year anniversary episode of the Grand Campaign. So very happy with this one. Very, very happy with this one. So that's it of the painted miniatures, and I'll show you now the miniatures I'm planning to do coming up. So inside the tray of shame we have the remainder 8 Gandalfs. So that's of course Plastic Fellowship Gandalf, Thorin's Company Gandalf. We have 2 versions of this Gandalf, because one with and one without hat. Hat to that. We have, I believe this is the White Council Gandalf from the Hobbits. We have, so this is either Breaking with the Fellowship or Khazad-dûm Gandalf. And then this is the other one, the other one wasn't. And then finally we have the aptly named Rivendell Gandalf. So these are currently under painting, using the painting guide made by Anja Wettergren for the Desolation of Smaug sourcebook. So these are being done next. I'm painting these over the weekend. So these might actually be done by the time you're watching this video. Next up is this one. So I am finishing the Wizards with Radagast, the old version of Radagast, because he is needed for an upcoming scenario. So that will be an awesome job to do. Next up after that is Gildor Inglorion. Very rare miniature, and a very nice one as well. So I'm going to be painting up him to match up with my Dunedain, of course, for a upcoming scenario. And since I painted all the hobbits on the ground and all the Barrow-wights ages ago, and I also painted Goldberry quite a few years ago, I want to do Tom Bombadil because he's such a fun miniature. And lastly, because nobody else has painted any Uruk Scouts, I don't want to tackle the entirety of my Uruk army yet. I want to paint my Uruk army this year, but I'm not tackling it yet. But we need 4 Uruk Scouts with bows. So I'm doing the four distinct poses of metal Uruk Scouts, because I had one of each lying about. So I'll still do 48 Uruk Scouts, but I'll do these first. And that's the immediate plan for the future. These models, plus, of course, the Weathertop scenery kit. So that's it for this this installment of my hobby log. The next one might not be filmed in this studio. And I'll leave it at that. So thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, share and subscribe, and do consider supporting STF on Patreon using the link in the description below. It is a fantastic way for you to support our efforts here at the studio, and it gives us the monetary means to improve, expand and give you more cool videos each and every week. So if that's at all interesting, click the link, but more importantly, support your hobby.